These dogs were happy to see me outside Cafe Nuna because they knew that maybe I would beat them. And guess what happened next? What I've learned from volunteering and stuff is that when you make something, especially if you want to like grow food, you've got to make it clear that you planted something in the place. So for example, this looks like a bed, but also I put a fence around it. That was to protect from the dogs, but actually now it just like, you know, it's just so obvious something is there. So no one's, you know, you got volunteers coming in and out, and no one's going to touch that, or at least until they've realized that, yeah, there's peppers growing. And like even today I just had some squash, and I just made like a stone circle, so like I can identify the exact spot where I want to water. It's easy, and also anyone looking at that is going to see like, oh yeah, that's the circle. Like I'm not going to like step in it or maybe do something in this spot. Here I made a bed. It's clearly a bed. When you plant stuff, it's good to just make a bed. Like I cleared the space. I could have just planted this stuff without clearing the space, but it just is like a statement of intent. Like this is my space for growing. And then the wall around was just to stop the dog from sitting in it. And I think it's working. Yeah. But fingers crossed everything grows here, because it might not. That's the thing with mulberries. I haven't quite mastered how to get them all going. But I have mastered how to get a few going by the law of average. The more you plant, like every 10 I plant, maybe I'll get one. So yeah. Mulberry revolution. This dude's pretty cool. He's like doing some art. DIY Viking hippie stuff. He's a legend. Yeah, so basically the volunteers throw all their fruit scraps here. So actually I'm sorting it out a bit. Like I'm taking this out. I'm going to use the food scraps for the other compost place because there's a bigger hole. And then I've got this banana tree, planted some seeds there, and I'm going to make a big hole and start that up as like kind of like a compost. So when it composts, the banana tree, for instance, can take the nutrients from the compost part. But right now it's too acidic because it's just been fruit. There's no balance being made, so that's why I have to kind of like sort it out a bit. And it has a kind of nice, delicious, fruity smell coming out of it. So this here, a massive hole, is actually dug by a volunteer, and it's a big pit for the dog poop, to collect the dog poop and put in. But what I realized was that if you're just going to fill this hole with dog poop, it's not going to be very hygienic. It's going to attract flies and disease, whatever. So I figured I'd balance it out with browns and greens, kind of like with the compost, just like treating like you're making a compost pile, but with dog poo. And like people say, oh yeah, dog poo is not the best poo for making a compost, but we have 28 dogs. We don't have any horses, we don't have any cows. Horse poo is the best poo. So, and if anything, this compost, not only is it gonna make good soil, but if anything, it's just balancing out the soil, so it doesn't just like have poo. Kind of like over there with the food, it was getting way too acidic. Like anything I would have planted in there would just get burnt. So yeah, I'm just kind of like balancing everything out. And see, I planted this banana tree, I hope it's okay. Like, it's a bit small, ideally, but notice I didn't put like it right in close to the composting soil, because otherwise it will burn. So actually, this banana tree will benefit from the nutrients of the compost a little bit later, but I assume it's going to make some massive delicious bananas, although it doesn't have that much sunlight. It has a little bit, so yeah, we can only pray. And I'm going to plant a bunch of other stuff as well, because the law of average, the more stuff you plant, well, actually technically not exactly true, because if you plant too much stuff, they're just going to fight over each other and kill each other. But I think like planting more stuff is better than planting just like one thing, putting all your eggs in one basket. That's what my mom used to say. So yeah, so I'm just about to put this fruity soil on top to balance it out.
I don't know if it's a good idea.
So not the most fun job. Well, it's not bad actually. Get to walk around in nature looking for poo, but this is the poop scoop. This is the poop bucket, and we're gonna add it to the compost pile. Woohoo! Oh look, a doggy decided to help fertilize my dragon fruits. Thanks, doggy. I don't know, should I pick it up, guys? What do you reckon? I should leave it to fertilize the dragon fruit? Tough one. Okay, nice. So I just picked up a bunch of poo. It was quite nice. The sun's out, so I was kind of enjoying myself walking in the nature. I just stuck to the paths. I don't want to be walking around the jungle looking for poo. A bit too far, maybe. Maybe not. What I did with the dragon fruit, if you want to know, I took a bit of poo for myself and left a little poo to fertilize the dragon fruit, just like as a kind of like totem, maybe symbolic thing of my gesture of love to dragon fruits and dogs. So now we got the poo. You want to see it? Showed you anyway. Well, oh yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, also I found it, now that I'm making a compost pile, now that I know that the poo is kind of going to something potentially pretty valuable, I kind of like enjoyed it more, and also I spent a bit more time trying to find extra poos, just because I know that like the more poos the better. Thermophilic composting, baby, check it out. Thermophilic, it's epic, it's great. Read the Humanure Handbook, it's great, it's epic. So anyway, shall we add the poo to the pile? Yeah, let's do that. I know you like it.
Good for him.